Hi everybody, I'm Andrew for subdivision, and this is part 2. The first thing that I'm going to create is these two buttons here. So let's select again this element and select the polygons. Now we have to use shift and drag and call them like separate objects and hide this selection. Now let's go to front view and select these edges and remove them. Let's also move the vertices like this and connect two loops like this, and let's make them planar by y-axis, and let's connect two more loops with 0 pinch, and again we have to connect one loop and move it like this. Now let's select these rings and connect 3 loops. Let's select this border and using shift and drag move it like this. Now let's hit the upper arrow on ring to select this loop and apply chamfer with 1 edge segments, and something like 0.75 is good. Now let's deselect these polygons and delete this. Now let's select these edges and hit bridge. Now let's select all borders without this one and apply cap, and let's select these edges and connect one loop like this. And now let's select the vertices and connect them. Let's move just a little bit this border and let's connect loops close to the edges. Now here we have to connect only one loop like this, and one here. Now let's connect two more loops here like this and apply turbo smooth. So this is our result and we can continue. Let's unhide all and select these polygons here. Now I have done almost the same. I connected 9 loops like this, so let's just deselect these polygons and extrude this with positive value like this, and let's select only these 4 polygons and scale them like this. Now let's again connect loops close to the edges. Now let's apply turbo smooth to see our result. So let's connect two more loops here. Like this. Now everything is okay, so let's unhide all. Now let's go to front view and we can continue with this bottom cap here. So let's create a cylinder and reduce the height segments to 1 and change the size to 84. Now let's rotate it and convert it to editable poly. Let's move these vertices like this and let's scale it like this. And again move the vertices like this. Now let's select the bottom polygon and apply bevel like this and let's hit apply. Now that's good, so let's apply inset like this, and now in this picture we can see that we have this brink here, so we have to extrude it with negative value like this, and again apply inset with lower amount and extrude with positive value like this, and again inset. Now we have to select every second polygon like this. Now when we are ready, let's extrude them with negative value -6 is good. And now let's select this group of polygons. We can do that with selecting the first polygon and holding shift, then select the second, and we have selected this group, so let's delete it. And we have to delete also these polygons, so let's select all polygons and deselect this here. Now we can delete them, and let's select these edges and hit bridge. Do the same with these edges. Now let's select these borders and hit bridge. Now let's select this ring and connect two loops like this. And let's connect more loops close to the edges. Now here we have to connect only one loop like this, and two more here. Now let's hit ring and deselect these loops and go to bottom view and change this to circle. Now let's deselect also these loops and let's connect loops like this. Now let's go to isolation mode and let's select this polygon and hit inset with lower amount like this and hit extrude. Now let's select this ring and connect two loops with pinch -50 is good. And now let's move them like this. Now let's select this 6 polygons and extrude them. Like 10 is good. And let's change this to local normal. Now let's select this polygon and hit inset like this and select also these 2 polygons and extrude them. Now let's connect one loop matching with this line, so this is good. Now let's delete this polygon and also delete this, and let's target out these vertices and connect loops close to the edges. Now let's select change this to rectangular, and let's select these edges. But before that, let's connect one more loop close to this edge, and now we can select these edges and connect two loops like this. Now we have to do the same here. Now let's connect only one loop close to this edge, and do the same with this edge here. Now let's apply tool smooth to see what we have. It's looking good, but we forgot to connect loops close to these edges. Now everything is good. Now let's count 20 sides. And let's select these polygons, and let's do the same. Now when we are ready and apply turbo smooth, we can see that we have this edge here, so let's just select these edges and remove them. Do the same with these edges. Now if we apply turbo smooth, we can see we have better results, so let's do this also here. Now everything is good and we can continue with this part here. So now let's create a cylinder and rotate it. After that we have to align it to the center of this object and move it like this. Now let's change the size to 36 and change the radius, but before that let's select this element and to these polygons here, let's scale them like this, and now change the radius. This is good, and convert it to editable poly. Now let's delete the top and the bottom polygons and using shift and scale we have to get a result like this. And now let's use shift and drag and move it to this point. Now we have to repeat these steps several times. But now we can see what we have here, so let's select these polygons and scale them. Now we can see this line isn't matching with this here, so let's select this loop and move it like this. Now let's scale it again and move it down. In front view we have to move this hole to the center of this line, so this position is good, and let's scale it again and once again like this. Now let's move it a little bit and select this bottom border and move it to this line. Now let's scale it like this and move it down. Let's select these polygons and scale them just a little bit. Let's select these two elements and go to isolation mode to see better what we are doing. Now let's create a little brink here, like this. And now let's exit from isolation mode and move the border to this line here. And let's pi cap. Now select the polygon and pi inset with 4 amount and extrude it with -4. Now we have to repeat this 14 times. Now when we are ready, let's delete again this polygon and select the borders and hit bridge. Now let's connect one loop like this and apply chamfer. Let's do the same here. And now let's go again to isolation mode and move this loop just a little bit like this and select this. Loops and apply chamfer. Now let's select this loop of polygons and apply extrude and change this to local normal like this. Now let's select this 4 loops and apply chamfer. Do the same here. We have to extrude it with -4 is good, and again let's apply chamfer. We have to apply chamfer also to this loops. Now let's select this ring and connect 11 loops, and now let's select every second loop like this and right click here. Now we have to scale them like this. Now let's select these loops and apply chamfer again with lower amount. Point 2 is good. And now let's select these 10 polygons. But before that, let's connect one loop like this and extrude the polygons with positive value. We have too much with this line, so this is good. And now let's move the vertices like this. Now let's hit grow, and in front view deselect these polygons and delete these bottom polygons. Now let's delete this and select this border and hold Ctrl and click on vertex. Now let's deselect these vertices here and hit weld. Now let's select only these 5 polygons and let's see. Before that, let's select all polygons and change this to edge and scale them like this. Now let's select the top polygons and hit extrude again and scale them. Now let's connect one loop and scale it like this. Now we have to count 7 sides and do the same. Now let's select this ring and connect loops close to the edges like this. Now let's select this loop and apply chamfer. Let's also connect one loop close to this edge and 2 more here like this. Now let's select these edges and connect unfinished loops like this. Now let's do the same with these parts and the other 2 elements. Now when we have connected all unfinished loops, let's apply turbo smooth to see our result, and let's select these polygons and move them. Let's change this to none and move them like this. Now let's create the optical lenses. So create a sphere like this and align it to the center. Now let's convert it to editable poly and scale it like this. Let's also delete the bottom polygons and scale it like this. Now let's go to isolation mode and select this border and apply cap like this. Let's also select this polygon and apply inset. Like so. Let's apply turbo smooth to see our results and scale it again and move it like this. Now let's go to isolation mode and select these polygons and using shift and scale clone them to separate objects. And now let's hit flip and then apply cap to the borders. Let's go to isolation mode and from hierarchy menu change the applied point to a center. Now let's select this polygon and apply inset like this. Now let's move it and apply inset again. And move it again. Let's do this with the bottom polygon also and just a little bit. Let's apply inset again and apply chamfer to the loops. Now apply turbo smooth and let's select again this element and go to isolation mode. Let's select these polygons like this and scale them. Now let's create another sphere and align it. Let's convert it to editor poly and scale like this. Delete the top polygons and scale it like this. Now let's use shift and drag and move this border like this and scale it. Now let's hit cap and apply inset. Let's also select this loop and apply chamfer. Now let's apply turbo smooth and move it like this. Let's scale it a little bit. Let's exit from isolation mode and see our results so far. So that was everything for this tutorial. In the next part I'm going to show you how to create the top cap. So I hope you like this tutorial, and I'll see you next time.